Okay, so I got that done. Got my beverage. Ooh, you can't even see it. I didn't report on the dashboard. Okay, so it says 46 degrees right now. I think it's a little warmer than that. Okay, now this is gonna be a big trick to get out of here. Let's go this way. Rock and roll, let's go. Another tourist. Jesus. Well, it appears that I will need to find another cool taco place, because for that kind of money, where they didn't even refund me last night or offer to remake the food, which I ended up throwing the tacos away. They were just terrible. I guess it's my fault. I ordered the hamburger one when I usually get chicken or carnitas, but it was gross. And they were so nonchalant, they didn't even care about making good on it. I was really shocked, because most dinner houses will, you know, apologize and then offer to make good on it or something, that they didn't. I was very unimpressed, because that's almost $10. And that's a lot of money in the pandemic. Trust me. It really is. I don't think I'm going to fill with that anymore unless they send me some message or something, or offer a refund or free meal or something, because I did a YouTube vlog for them to help them. And I've been going to them for a little while, and you know, more than one time a week generally, and you know, they're usually pretty good. I love their roasted peppers, man. They're so good. I know it's a simple thing to make, but man, they do it just right. Big jumbo roasted pepper. I love this building right here to the right. I've wanted that building for years. Really, I have. Last time I saw, they wanted like $1 million for it. I'm sure it's 3 times the price now. I'll have to look it up to see. Oh my gosh, here's an old lowrider Chevy up front here. Those were from the 60s. A friend of mine, Jerry Vaughn, had one in Long Beach, California when I was a kid. And it was like the hottest car around. It was really beautiful. And I ran into him years and years later on an accident. It was really funny. I had known him since I was a kid. Ran into him at a club. He's since passed away, and his wife just passed away just a couple years ago, as a matter of fact. Her health was bad. Real bad. Long before his got bad. Okay. No sale at Ty's Place today. There's that Chevy, you see it? Jeez. Look at that thing. Rustic as hell. Looks like he's got that funny suspension on there where you can do all kinds of weird stuff. I wonder if they ride good when they have all that trick suspension on there. It takes any of the ride out at all. had levelizer on my Cadillacs and one of my vans, but that trick suspension, I just wonder if it takes some of the ride out of the car. I know those little tires will. Those little bicycle tires, they really take the ride out of a car, and they're really costly. If you don't keep your eyes on them and you run the rims out, you end up replacing rim after rim after rim. But it sure takes the ride out of the car. You may think it looks cool, but it rides like poop. And if you like that wagon wheel ride, you go right ahead. The wagon wheels didn't have any rubber on them, they just were wood. And then they invented tires. It's kind of a pretty day. It's kind of a little cloudy, just a hair kind of overcast, but it's better than it's been. Much better than it has been. Oh, I'm running so late today for work. But maybe I'll get to work a little bit longer if the weather stays well. I believe it's supposed to be a little bit warmer tonight, which would be a nice thing. Man, it was so cold last night and really cold all like 3 nights before. And when it got down to about 24 or 22, not counting wind chill factor, holy Christ, it was flipping cold, buddy. I got to tell you. Especially if you're boondocking. Whoa. It's like you just wear that car out, running that engine to run the heat. You're sitting in the park, and you just take the life out of the cats, which they're so expensive to replace. And I'm going to get hit with that. I'm hoping not, but it probably will. I'm running this car a lot. Just running the gas out, just sitting in the park. All their leaves, and they look like the trees that I used to have in front of the Adams house years ago, the house I owned. I can't think what it is. I think it's a mimosa or something. These little trees here, mine were so beautiful. They were ages and ages old, but they would get twisty and stuff. They're absolutely beautiful. And they're like naked. When you feel them, they're kind of feeling naked, like they don't have a heavy bark on them. This is a pretty area over here, and the homes over here are real pretty. And this is probably still Fort Walton and not yet Mary Esther. And the Navarre side is fabulous, but Navarre is real expensive like Destin. But the problem with Navarre is the traffic. Like Destin during spring break, it's like you don't even want to get in your car. I mean, if you ride a bicycle or you skateboard or something like that, or you roller skate, it's not the biggest problem. But if you have to travel by vehicle and you get to work or something like that, it's really horrible. Because there's so many people, and this year is going to be worse. So we have truckloads of tourists that have moved here from the corona lockdown states, and now we're getting ready for spring break, and then all the tourists that come is going to be absolutely foul. I got to tell you, I should have turned in this driveway and cut the corner, which is illegal, but hell, catch me if you can, come catch ya. And whoever this is playing on the phone or whatever they are doing, or, yeah, they're playing on the phone. Or they can't pull up. They gotta have 2 car lengths in front of them. Come on, man, we're slammed with traffic behind me. It'd be really righteous if you'd move it up, and maybe I'd be able to get to turn when I get up here. It's amazing people are so possessed playing with that phone while they're trying to drive a motor vehicle. I guess they finally realized they're like 3 car lengths away. Lay that phone down. It's dangerous. I watched a lady playing on the phone talking in Biloxi when I went up there to work when we grand opened DoorDash there. And I'm gonna tell you what, this older lady we were all sitting at a stoplight, and all of a sudden, you know, she's talking on this phone. All of a sudden, she's just coasting across the red light like it's nothing, just yapping away on this phone. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, that can get you killed. Is it worth it? Is that phone call seriously worth it? Unless you're suicidal, I mean, try to find a different way, because you're putting other people in danger, not just yourself. Mobile pet grooming. Now there's an idea. That's a real pandemic brilliant thing to do. If they'd have took hairdressers and put them, and I'm a licensed hairdresser for years. As a matter of fact, I got to renew pretty soon here my license. But if the hairdressers would have cut hair outside, outdoors, I think they could have done it successfully. If they could have done it outdoors, and if they were worried about littering hair, which hair is very germy, when you cut hair off a head, you don't want to touch it or walk over it, all that. You need to clean it immediately. If you really are a good hairdresser, they teach you that in school. But you could, I mean, you could lay a tarp down or something to try to hold it down in the area where you're working, or build a pit or something, put some 2x4s around like a picture frame. It would have been ideal for the hairdressers that were whining about they couldn't go to work. It's because they're indoors. I've cut hair outside. I've done it on a street corner at night under a street lamp in front of a bar for a guy that needed to work and he needed to clean it up. And Melvin Snyder was his name. He was a painter. And he's since passed away. But sweet guy. But I did his hair on the street corner because I kept telling him he would get drunk and try to pick up on me. And he was, you know, harmless. He was just a sweetheart. He'd just get drunk, and if you were anywhere within, you know, like a 20-foot vicinity, he would start throwing comments at you. And you just learned to be nice to him because he didn't mean any harm. He's a really sweet man. And he's kind of looked like an old gold miner, you know. And I had said something to him one day. I said he was out of work, and I said, well, maybe you need to be a little more clean shaven. He had this really bad beard, and face growth kind of went out in the 70s, but he had a really bad beard, and his hair was pretty raunchy, and he just looked like he lived homeless. And he wasn't homeless. This guy made bank when he worked. And so I offered to do his hair for free on the street corner. And so we did it, and everybody was like coming out, buying him drinks and everything because they were so excited for him. And he looked so good. I did an English cut on his beard because he didn't want to cut loose that beard entirely. But I did an English cut on his beard, and he looked fantastic. He looked really charming, like he could be picking up chicks without bugging him, because he looked very nice. And I did it for nothing, just to help somebody out. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Do something kind for a stranger. Show the love. Too much of a good thing is wonderful. We'll take a whole bunch of that. Thanks for riding with me. Love you.